Photographers Chronicles, episode 27. Let's go.
Let's do it.
What's up, y'all? Thanks for joining me again. Today, we're going to talk about scouting locations. I was going to say this is for photographers only, but this can also be for models and clients also. So yeah, let's get into it. So one of the main pillars of photography is finding somewhere to shoot. This doesn't necessarily have to go for outside all the time. Sometimes you actually need to scout different studios or different venues in order to pull off your photo shoot for the look that you're trying to accomplish. And that can look a couple different ways. The most popular one is to go shoot for outside locations. I think the most important part that you have to make sure you do when you're looking for outside locations is make sure that you're going to go during the time of the day that you're actually going to have the photo shoot. Because not only are you looking for something that looks nice, but you also want to make sure that the sun is in the location that you want it to be, as far as the lighting is concerned. The only thing that you won't be able to factor is weather. So I definitely suggest no matter what you do, you have a backup plan. You have to look at things as far as the direction the sun is actually going to be shining in, shaded areas. Also, you want to make sure that you're going at the time of the day because of the fact you want to see what foot traffic looks like if you're in a location that actually has a lot of people or the possibility of people being around. You also want to do the legwork as far as making sure that if you're going to certain parks, there are certain parks that actually have where you have to buy permits to actually shoot those locations. So you definitely want to do your homework to make sure that that location that you're choosing isn't one of those places that require a permit. And it also depends on the properties too that you're dealing with. If some are private property and they won't allow you to actually take photos there. Now, when we start talking about venues or business locations, you definitely want to make sure that you go in there and actually ask permission. Go talk to somebody and see how they feel about shooting in their locations. I know some hotels that I've actually shot in. I like to walk in and just get an idea. A lot of them don't care. The biggest thing that I find for those kind of locations is they want to make sure that either their business is not going to be reflected in the photos, or if it is going to be reflected in the photos, making sure that they're not sending out a message that that doesn't match with their brand. And in my experience doing boudoir photography, they kind of want to know about those kind of photo shoots because they want to make sure that there isn't anything around that's actually going to have their business name. They don't want to attach their name to stuff like that unless they explicitly ask you to. One thing I will talk about also is that I haven't done this yet, but it's definitely on my agenda. Actually going and renting other studios. I feel like it would be pretty dope to actually go to different studios just out of fun, to be honest with you, and just get in different environments and see what you're capable of doing. I think it's an opportunity to learn something, to keep you flexible and on your toes. I think the biggest thing that I would be looking for when I'm looking at different locations is trying to make sure that they're going to have the equipment that I need, or if I need to bring my own. And basically we're talking about light stands, modifiers. Is it a dark studio? Is it a light studio? There's some studios that are basically all natural. What time of the day do I need to go to accomplish the type of light that I want? To me, those are things that I would look for in order to choose one. And the last one I'll put out there is that I believe that a good source is actually looking for these Airbnbs. A lot of these are very open to letting you come in and actually take photos, and they're more prone to want to see the images because it gives them a way to advertise their Airbnb to get it out there. And outside of Airbnb, there's some other apps that cater to videographers, photographers, events, stuff like that, that you can actually look up and that are very receptive to letting you use these spaces specifically for photo shoots and things of that nature. All right, y'all. That's all I have for this week. Feel free to drop a comment or any questions you may have for me. And even in this situation, if you have any suggestions, because like I said, I'm definitely still, messing around with going to different locations and, learning about the requirements and things like that. So if you have any suggestions, feel free to share those with me. Until next time, y'all be easy.